Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Phone flipped out on me. I think it's overheating and the phone is shutting down. So that might very, thanks, Daniel. That might very well happen. The phone's kind of hot, so maybe that's it. So if this just ends abruptly, apologies. I don't know if anybody saw the last one, so I'm gonna go ahead and just. I'm a little. Well, I said I was gonna do this, so I'm gonna do it. I'm just a little off. I'm a little off balance now. So all right, hang on. Let me get back into the headspace of describing all this stuff for everybody. Once again, I guess I can go over here. Sorry, I won't be able to read comments and stuff like that, and I'll try to. I'm just gonna go through this and rattle stuff off, and if the phone might just shut down on us, so I'm sorry if that happens. So, all right, let's see. let's. I'm gonna repeat myself a little bit because I don't even know if the last thing that I put up went anywhere. To be honest with you, so here we go. Row number 3. We left off with the Eagles, and then I rejiggered this if you were watching. So from the Eagles goes East Mountain South. This is a little folk duo. They put one record out. They have a great song called "So You Are to Me." Look that up right now. So are you to me. 2 minutes long. Beautiful, beautiful song. This record is really, really beautiful harmony stuff. Great lyrics. I really like this record a lot. All right, moving on to Eddie Money. Eddie Money. Here's my Eddie Money collection. My favorite Eddie Money record is not a very popular one, but it's actually this one, Love or Money. I like this one a lot. Stuff produced by Richie Zito. It's more mellow, but I think Eddie Money's voice suits the mellow stuff really nice. It's a good record, very solid. My buddy Ryan Satori turned me on to this record. I didn't know it existed, and he let me borrow it, and it was really good. So that's a good one. And this is Eddie Money's last record, Ready Eddie. Also good. Guys from Survivor were involved in this. Frankie Sullivan and Kurt Cuomo did a lot of work on this. Very, very good. Actually, maybe my favorite. That one and this one are kind of my favorite. The other Eddie Money stuff is, as much as I love and respect them, it's kind of spotty. I mean, it's good. Like these records have like great, great songs on them, and then some that are kind of fillers. So be it. I mentioned this earlier. This is the only Edgar Winter record I have. I have this because Frankenstein is the first song I ever heard in my entire life on the way out from the hospital. So I don't know if that's means anything, but there you go. How many of you know what the first song is you ever heard is? That didn't come out right. This is a band of a family friend. His name is Dan Matt. Great singer, good guy, old family friend. He was a singer for my dad's band in the 70s, Armor. Great voice, great guy. I got this from him forever ago when he made it. So it's I honestly don't remember much about it, but that's why I have it. Ed Guy, this is stuff that I inherited from my brother when I was looking for stuff similar to Halloween, Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1 and 2. If anybody has any suggestions on anything that would be like Halloween, Keeper of the Keys Part 1 and 2, I would be interested. This stuff is okay for me, but I don't know. I haven't really dug into it yet, really. Edwin McCain, I mentioned this earlier. So Edwin McCain is a great, great singer-songwriter. He's the real deal, man. He writes, he records, he sings really, really well. I've seen him live. He's funny and personable and charming and spot on, man. Edwin McCain is really, really, really good. And he just got better. He's still touring. I would definitely suggest getting an Edwin McCain record or going and seeing him, because that Albee song, as good as it is, as nice as it is, it's not what he's about, really. He's got some beautiful stuff. He's got a song called Sign on the Door that's really, really good. So he's got I think I got all his records. I don't know. This, I don't know what this is. This was a gift from somebody like, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago. I've never listened to it yet. Rob Cavallo did some of the work, so did John Shanks. So I might like this. I really don't know. I just never got around to listening to it. Does anybody know what this is? Elements of Friction is a little one-off band that was by Tommy Aldridge is on the drums, and Robin McCauley from the MSG group is singing, and Ricky Phillips from Babies and Bad English is on this. I don't hear good things, but you'd think with everybody involved it would be good, but I don't hear good things. Elton John. Here's where Elton John collection starts. Elton John has a zillion albums. All right, and there's nothing I can say about Elton John that you don't already know, so I'm just going to sit here and very quickly go through the Elton John, and I don't have them all. He's got like, I don't even know, 40 albums? I don't even know. Interesting little tidbit from my musician friends about Elton John is all of his hits, with the exception of 2, from a songwriting point of view, do not have bridges. There's only a bridge in I Want Love and Someone Saved My Life Tonight. And other than that, none of his radio songs have a bridge. None of them have a bridge. Now, I mean, there's radio songs. I don't mean any of his songs at all. I just mean the hits don't have bridges. Benny and the Jets, Can on the Wind, your song, Tiny Dance. There's no bridges in any Elton John songs. It's just interesting. That's all. I wanted to say that I've noticed that, but I'm not sure I did. So, again, nothing I can say about Elton John you don't already know, and that already took up a big section of this. So let's move on. Emerald Rain. I got this years ago because I read about it somewhere. I don't remember much about it. Is this good? Don't know. Eric Carmen. I got this because it's got what's that song it's got on it? Oh my gosh, Maybe You Lose Control. Maybe You Lose Control is such a great, happy, fun song. I like that. Eric Gale's band. This is a good record. Sign of the Storm is a cool tune. But there's really good stuff in there. Eric Gales was like 17, 18 when he made it, and his older brother here, plays the bass and sings. Really good little good record. That's a good record. I got the follow-up, produced by Terry Thomas. Not as good, but there's some good stuff on there. Paralyzed is a good song. I like that. Eric Johnson, I don't honestly know where I got this. I haven't listened to it. I don't know where I got it. It's just on the shelf. Oh, Evan and Jaron. Evan and Jaron are great. Remember that? You probably don't remember this. Crazy for This Girl was their one hit 16 years ago. But they're actually two twin brothers, and they have some really good, accessible pop harmony stuff. This one is an EP produced by Dan Huff. Some really, really good stuff on here. Evan and Jared. Jaron, I think, went on to do Jaron and the Long Road to Love or whatever it is with that song Pray For Me a few years ago, that country song. That record I'll get to later, and it's terrible. But this is good stuff. This is good. This is good. I like those. Evergrey. I don't know where I got this, and I've never listened to it. I don't know what it is. Expose. I got the greatest hits because it's got that song I'll Never Get Over You Getting Over Me, which is one of the greatest songs ever, and so friggin' sad. Oh my god, but it kills me. Extreme. I could talk about Extreme for a while. In fact, Extreme might go into my favorite groups of all time. Maybe it should be. I got into Extreme with this record, one of my favorite records of all time. I could talk about this album forever, so I won't, but I could. Just a defining thing from my early 20s. I listened to that over and over, and then I went back and got this stuff, and then this was one of the records that taught me you could write songs, rock songs that weren't about girls and cars and drugs, and just something different, a little deeper, a little interesting. Some great musicality on here, great harmony. Love it. This is good too. I went back and got the older one. A lot of people don't like this one, and I didn't like it at first either, but I listened to it again about 7-8 years ago, and about half of it is really good. You just got to kind of put your expectations aside and not expect to have more Extreme. This is good. I don't know how many of you Extreme fans ended up getting this, but this is a very solid record. It's kind of in between these two. Actually, it's kind of in between their second and fourth one, but I did like it. Some very good stuff on here. I love the song Interface. Good song. Fabulous Baker Boys soundtrack. I got that because it's beautiful. And Michelle Pfeiffer can really sing. Faith Hill. This goes under the guise, again, of just like Celine Dion and Carrie Underwood. You get the greatest studio musicians, the greatest songwriters, and they all come together to make these records. This Kiss is a wonderful pop radio song. I don't care who you are. That is a great song. There's some really, really nice, happy stuff on here. Better Days, Wild Frontier. This is really good stuff. My favorite Faith Hill record is this one. Really good. Again, produced by a lot of it's produced by Dan Huff. It's not even country. It's just kind of like radio rock. Well, it's not rock, but it's more pop music. But there's so many good songs on here. So wonderfully produced. Again, the world's greatest studio musicians making really solid records. And this is good too. This is very good. I would honestly, my rock friends, I would really check these two out. I mean, they're more the soft era, but she can definitely sing. And again, great songwriting on that. This one, she tried to get back to the country stuff because she got a lot of flack for this not being country, because it's not country at all. This is a pop record, and then went back to country, and I don't really like this, but there's a great song here called Stealing Kisses. that's heartbreaking but wonderful. Oh, Wish for You and Paris are beautiful also. Look up Paris. Oh, so good. She can really sing. Faithful. I bought this at the festival a couple years ago, and I haven't listened to it yet. I don't know if it's any good. Fast Forward, Living in Fiction. This is really obscure. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just a really obscure thing for like old school melodic rock fans. Tonight is a cover of Brian. There's like Brian Adams songs on here. Tonight, Play to Win. Like 3 of these songs are Brian Adams songs. Discarded Brian Adams songs that he recorded and didn't make records. So it's okay for what it is. It didn't blow me away, but it's cool to have. Fastway on Target. I got this 20 something years ago. Change of Heart's cool. I didn't really digest this a lot, so I don't have much to say about it. Fate's Warning. I'm so sorry. Everyone's going to be very angry with me when I say this. I have owned this record for 20 years. I haven't listened to it yet. I've never listened to it. I have this also. Haven't listened to it either. Fee Waybill, the lead singer for The Tubes, put out a solo record with Steve Lukather and David Foster. It's good. Not as good as I think it should have been, or as I was expecting, because I was expecting everything with Fee Waybill's voice and Steve Lukather's guitar and David Foster's production and songwriting. I was expecting something to blow me away. Good, not great. Sorry. But cool to have, definitely. Friggy Fredrickson, I didn't really care too much for this, to be honest with you. I know that's going to piss people off, but it's true. When you're singing Blaze of Love and trying to outsing Mickey Thomas, and you're singing All for Love and trying to do a different version of a Nancy Wilson song, it just all falls flat for me. Tell Me Diana was okay, and the song Equilibrium was good, but I didn't get much out of that. Sorry. This is my buddy Sean Pilata's record. It's more metal than is in my taste, but I honestly only listened to the first couple songs so far. Sorry, Sean. I got a lot to do. I'm a terrible person. But that's what this is. Artwork's cool. And Sean is one of the greatest. He's a good singer. I actually hate him. He sang backup on Promise, and he hit all the notes that I can't. Nice and high and clean. So all the high notes in Promise on the background harmonies, those are Sean. I hate him for it. One of the nicest dudes ever, though. All right, Firehouse. Here's my Firehouse collection. You guys remember Firehouse? I'm just going to show. I mean, I don't know what to say. Actually, I think this is maybe my favorite Firehouse record. 3 is really good. I got that one. I got that one again. I have Category 5 twice with 2 different album covers. I don't know how that happened, but it did. And I know you're going to say I got it in backwards, but I don't. I don't know what that is, but I have 2 copies of Category 5 with 2 different covers. Don't know why. First Signal. I got that because the great Harry Hess is on here, and there's a song or 2 written by Richard Marx. And I honestly haven't listened to it yet. I look forward to it, but I haven't. Flight of the Conchords. You either know what this is or you don't. Flogging Molly I got because I might like it. I've heard a couple songs by them I like. I like songs that have kind of more the Celtic or Irish kind of feel to them. I really got to get into more of that someday. I don't know much about it. The lead singer for Flogging Molly, by the way, is the lead singer for Fastway. That's true, right? Did I just make that up? Did my brain just crap that out, or that's a real thing, right? When I'm done with this video, I have to check that. I think that's true. Footloose soundtrack. Gotta have that. Foreigners. Nothing I can say about Foreigner you don't already know. Here's my Foreigner collection. Lou Gramm, one of the greatest vocalists ever. That little dude can sing. God, I love Foreigner. So even the stuff he's not on, that's pretty good. It's not Foreigner to me, but I understand. You got to keep going. Solid record, not Foreigner, Kelly Hansen, but still good. Forrest Gump soundtrack, sure, you gotta have that. Fountains of Wayne, I got this because it had Stacy's mom on it when Stacy's mom was new, and I liked Stacy's mom when it came out because it was like the Beatles and the Cars kind of mixed together, and it's very catchy and very harmony, and it stuck that neat diminished chord in the chorus. And I was like, yeah, I like this. I'll check them out. This record, with the exception of Stacy's Mom and Hey Julie, to me, dog shit. I hated this record. Hated it. But Hey Julie is a very sweet song. It's just weird and eclectic just for the sake of it. I didn't get much out of it. Sorry. The Frames is Glenn Hansard's band. Glenn Hansard is the guy who was in Once, the musical Once, and Falling Slowly and all that, which just breaks my heart, Falling Slowly. He had a band called The Frames. I think he still does. And so I got some of their records. Haven't listened to them yet, but I have a couple of them. My Frank Sinatra. I got a couple of Frank Sinatra stuff, not a lot. This was an old family friends band from like 25 years ago. Never listened to it. I just kept it for sentimental reasons. Gales Brothers. Remember earlier when we were talking about Eric Gales over there? They put another record out many years later called Gales Brothers. I don't know why, and I haven't listened to it. But I think this is more blues oriented. Don't get a lot out of the blues. I'm sorry. Garth Brooks. I don't know if I like. I respect Garth Brooks, and he can sing, and from what I understand, he puts on a good show. But I have not listened to any of these records. I came across. Oh, I only have three. You come across them in like Walmart, and they're like $4. And the song "The Dance" is a good song. I mean, it's hit and miss with me. I can't say I'm a Garth Brooks fan, but I am interested enough to have bought these, but I haven't listened to any of them yet. Gary Barlow was in Take That. Anybody remember Take That? Whatever I said, whatever I did, I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good, which I like that song. This album is a solo record, and it's every bit as terrible as it looks. This is a shit record. And there's good people involved. There's good songwriters. There's Clive Davis. There's good producers. It just did not do anything for me, so we're moving on. Jeff Tate, the singer from Queensryche. This is one of his solo records. Is it an only solo record? Is it his only one? I'm going fast, aren't I? I just feel like everybody's bored. I haven't listened to this yet, so I don't know anything about it. Genesis. I was born in 1975, so my Genesis understanding was the Phil Collins version with like, That's All. The first Genesis song I ever heard was Illegal Alien. So that and That's All and that stuff, I thought that was Genesis. I had no idea. And I like all the poppy radio stuff. You know me, I like it polished and fluffy and easy mostly. So I had no idea there was this whole other 20-year career or whatever it was of Genesis beforehand. So I have this stuff. I don't know which one I haven't listened to that yet. Sorry, Pete. I haven't listened to that yet. I have listened to that. And I do enjoy the older Genesis stuff too. I'm trying to slowly get into the older roots of prog rock with Genesis, and I got King Crimson's here somewhere. Yes. Stuff like that, but it's slow going. But I did like that. So here's my Genesis, and then it continues on with all the stuff after that. This was a record they put out after Phil Collins left. It is actually pretty good. It's not as good, but it's good. Ray Davis, is that his name? Ray Davis, the singer. Beautiful voice. He doesn't have the range that Phil Collins did, but who does? I bet that tour was rough. But there's some beautiful song here called "It's Not About Us." That's a good tune. And Small Talk's pretty cool too. So let's move on. George Lynch from Dokken. You can see I bought this because it was $2. Haven't listened to it. I don't know if it's any good. Girly Man opened up with Indigo Girls, and they were very good, and I was very impressed. But I haven't listened to this yet. I was impressed enough to buy a record, and I just haven't gotten to it. Glass Tiger. I bought this because I knew them from, Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone. I listened to this a long time ago. Don't remember much about it. I'm Still Searching. I remember it was a good song. And actually, I think I stole the vibe of I'm Still Searching for my song this time. I think I did. Glenn Burtnick. Who knows who Glenn Burtnick is? None of you probably know his name, but I know you all know at least one song that he wrote. There's a danger in loving somebody too much, and it's sad when you know it's your heart. You can't. Great song. He's a good dude. He was in Styx for a very long time. Great voice, great singer-songwriter. I bought this, and I hate to say I've only listened to about half of it. So there you go. Hey, there's Glenn Hansard. Remember I was talking about him a second ago? We were talking about the Frames. There's a Glenn Hansard record. Haven't listened to that yet either. There's my Glenn Fry record. Haven't listened to that yet. Gloria Estefan. You got to have a Gloria Estefan section. Got to respect her. There's nothing I can say about her you don't already know, right? There's my Gloria Estefan stuff. I got a lot of this. Go West. So I bought this because The King of Wishful Thinking is on here. And The King of Wishful Thinking is a great, poppy, happy radio song. Beautiful song. Not beautiful, but great song. Co-written by Martin Page, who we'll get to later. Martin Page is incredibly underrated. Great guy that you've heard songs by him, but you don't know it. So I got this based on the strength of that song, and this record as a whole is pretty shit. So go on. I don't know how to say the name of this band. I say Goddard. Is that wrong? I say Goddard. Forgive me. I own this, so I've made a start, but I haven't listened to any of it. Sorry. And I have this one too. This was a gift. This was, I don't remember much of, I'm sorry. It's very Whitesnake-ish. Very, his voice and the production, it's pretty good. Grace Potter and the Nocturnals. She is a really great singer. I saw them live. They were excellent. Look up the song Paris. Just do it right now. Great tune that a buddy of mine played for me a couple years ago, and then they came through town. I went and saw them. She's great live. She writes all this stuff. She's a great singer. She just put out a solo record. But this is pretty good. It's kind of rootsy 70s kind of stuff. But I do like it. Medicine's a good song. Yeah, it's good stuff. The Granati Brothers. This is a piano playing buddy of mine and his brothers. They put this out. This is really solid. It's been like 12, 13 years since I've listened to it. So forgive me if I don't remember much, but that's what this is. Grand Funk. Oh, Grand Funk. I love Grand Funk. Jesus, I love Grand Funk. I Come Tumbling is one of my favorite songs ever. Black Licorice. Anybody know Black Licorice? Oh my God, Black Licorice is awesome. So here's my, I just show you real quick. Here's my Grand, I don't even have all the Grand Funk stuff yet, but here's my Grand Funk collection. My phone's getting really hot. I remember looking at this album cover when I was a kid. My parents had this, and on vinyl, I'd stare at this. Great stuff. That and this one. Anybody remember? Oh, not that one. Yeah, this one. Anybody remember that the vinyl sleeve of this was actually a big silver piece of cardboard that was shiny, and you put the record inside of that? Anybody remember that? We're an American Band. I always thought it kind of was probably rough for I can never think of his name. I always stumble on his name. Jeez, the guy in the main force in Grand Funk. Am I gonna have to cheat and look? I am. What's his name? I always forget his name. Oh. It's gonna come to me as soon as I hang this up. Everyone is like, I know his name. Can't think of it. I always get stuck when I try to think of his name. I always thought it might have been tough for him because the guy that wrote almost all, here I can cheat. I'm gonna cheat. Mark Farner, of course. Mark Farner wrote almost all of the Grand Funk stuff. And the one of the two most popular Grand Funk songs is We're an American Band, written by the drummer. I always thought that kind of had to suck for Mark Farner. Anyway, here we go. A little more Grand Funk. Grand Funk. The Grease soundtrack, because you got to have that. This is an album that Bob Long sent to me. Thank you so much, Bob Long. I'm sorry. I don't mean any disrespect, but as you can see, I haven't been able to get to it yet. I will. You know, it's here. I'll get to it. I'm sorry. The Great Balls of Fire soundtrack I got because it was $2, and that version of Lucky Old Sun is really, really beautiful. Oh, and then Great White. We'll end with Great White. So these are my. You guys know what Great White is? I guess it picks up down there. So there's the first two Great White records. I got the rest on. I really love this. I bought this record. This is no kidding. I bought this album on tape when I was a kid because this is before there was the internet, and I'd heard the song "Runaway" on the radio. Ooh, she's a little runaway. Didn't know who it was. I knew who Great White was. I was at the record store, saw they had a song called Runaway, and thought, that's probably Great White. So I bought this album because I thought Bon Jovi's Runaway was on it. This is actually really, I like this. Side 2 is much better than Side 1. I really could sit here and go through every one of these records that I've digested because the Great White stuff I've really, really listened to when I was a kid. And just ramble on and on and on. But is that interesting? Really? I'm more showing you what I have than giving my opinions of it. Anyway, all right, that's the end of row 3. Was that any better? I don't know. Is there anything else to say? There wasn't anything really. Let's see, what would I suggest to you guys that don't know? I would definitely look into Evan and Jared. Nice stuff. Glenn Hansard's great songwriter. What else was in there that most people don't know about? Eric Gale's. First Eric Gale's record is really good. All right, that's it. I'm going to go because I don't know how entertaining this is. But I'm going to do my plug real quick first. There's my website. Okay, that's my website. And there's my record, the newest one. I have 4 of them, but there's the newest one. So there's clips on there. And again, you know, I'm just trying to get everybody to listen. I'm mostly doing this because I think it's fun and what the hell. I think that's all. All right. Did anybody learn anything today? All right, I got to go be quiet. I shouldn't even be talking today. My voice is in crappy shape. So, all right, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys are all doing well. All right, bye.